Good
Well,
evening.
hello, everybody.
Welcome once again to Branco Broadcast. My name is Bob Branco. Thanks for joining us this evening. With us, we have, by popular demand, a guest that was on back in March of 2015, Maria Martin from Billerica, Massachusetts. She's going to talk to us about the pros and cons of online dating. Maria, the floor is yours.
Yes.
Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me again. And I'm really excited that people are taking an interest in this because it's really a big deal. You all see the commercials for the Match.coms, the eHarmonies, the Our Times, and Christian Mingles, whatever they have. There's a lot of pros and a lot of cons to a lot of these sites. They make it sound fantastic on television. You know, sign up free today and you can meet this one, download it on your phone. And it's the same thing. Unfortunately, when they say free, it's really not free. It may be free to browse and look around and maybe send a flirt or a wink. But if you want to email these people, sometimes you have to sign up, which will cost you some money, which to me is definitely a little bit of the false advertising. And once you put your email in there, they are going to bombard you constantly. We're having a special on an upgrade, or this one wants to talk to you, sign up today. So be aware of when they say free, because it's really not free. So that's the big one. The second topic is people you see online. Well, I browse a lot of them just out of curiosity to see who is out there, and I've noticed the same people are on every single site, whether it's free or paid. And a lot of them have been members for a very long time. So when I see that, that raises a flag. Why is this person still online, and why is this person on every single site? So that's something else that you should really be aware of. Now, I'm not saying that all the sites are bad, and dating online is bad. The good thing about it is you get to meet a variety of a lot of people and weed out who you like and whom you don't like. But don't believe everything you read. Sometimes you will find that sociopaths, I'm not too sure if you're familiar with what a sociopath is, use a lot of the dating sites for manipulation to get what they want, because they're going to prey on people who may seem to be desperate to them, which is not always the case. And it works for both men and for women. So flags to look for about the sociopath. They will be so sweet to you, tell you you're the best thing in their life. You're an angel that has saved me from a devil, you know, and how wonderful you are, and you're so pretty and you're wonderful, and I can't wait to spend the, day with you and my life with you. And then if you're not in touch with them for a couple of days, then they'll start like, oh, what's the matter? You're cheating on me. You're seeing somebody else. You don't like me anymore. They'll really start to manipulate you. And it will start on the dating sites through the emails. Okay? So please be very careful of people like that who accuse you of talking to somebody else. Well, it's a dating site. So, of course, you're going to talk to somebody else. That's the whole point, is to talk to whom you want to talk to. So that's also a red flag. Now, some of them will say they want a serious relationship or dating or friendship. Well, on most of the free ones, like the Plenty of Fishes and the OK Cupids and all those, it's really because they just want an intimate relationship one time. So be wary of those. I do know people who have gotten married on Match.com. But once again, you need to have to put the time and the money into something like that. You have to be able to go out when the other person is available to go out. All right? And that's juggling a lot of schedules. You know, if you have children, that's babysitting. If you work, getting out on time. Some of us don't have transportation, so you have to find transportation. And sometimes the other person could be put off. So, you know, just basically use your best judgment when it comes to the dating sites. There are some out there which is called Ashley Madison. It has been in the news. That is the dating site for married people. Discreetly married people can have affairs and not get caught. Well, unfortunately, someone broke into the website and exposed a lot of the people on that site. Their name, their number, who they were singing, emails, and that basically caused a lot of problems for a lot of people. Some big names are on it. Probably some poor innocent male or female was on it. But be wary of those too. It is not okay to cheat on your spouse. So watch out for that one too. Not only are there dating sites, but Craigslist, Facebook, Twitter, even video games, which are multiplayer. You do meet people on there, and you do form relationships. And that's also another way someone can get hurt and can get manipulated. There was a case a while ago about some people who met on this game called Second Life, and this young girl manipulated them to kill her father. So be careful on any kind of social network, especially things like Craigslist. Stay away from that one. That's the worst one going, with the Craigslist killer, and you just don't know. So all I can say is when you go on these sites, keep as much personal information off. Don't tell them anything personal until you feel comfortable with them. And that's up to you to decide when you feel comfortable with them. But you're going to know, probably within the third or fourth email, what type of person that you're dealing with. If you feel in your gut there is something wrong, then you are right. And you should stay away. Okay? People, they have other sites. It's called Adult Friend Finder, which is basically the term they call friends with benefits. Basically just to hook up. Then they have ones for people who have fetishes. They have sites there too. So, you know, and most of them are a pop-up. If you're online, all these things will pop up. So be very careful what you click on. Because a lot of times they'll just redirect you. And if you're not paying attention, you end up signing up for something that you don't want to. So I know someone mentioned dating that's over 50. Well, they do have a dating site called Our Time, which is for people 50 and over, which is not necessarily true because there are people in their 30s too. Pretty much the same thing. There's a list of people who are online to chat, and nobody talks. You'll be sending emails and links to the same person for weeks, and that's it. And you have to pay $50 or $25. So that's a waste of time and a waste of your money. So be very careful when you go on a dating site. Do your research on it. You know, don't read, oh, well, they'll say the comments and the success stories. Don't read the success stories. I think they just make them up. So just be careful. Watch your money. Watch your personal information. What I have done is it's called Intellis. I got an Intellis account. So if someone gives me their email or their phone number, I immediately look it up just to make sure I have a little background information and to make sure it's true. because I got caught twice by two sociopaths. Once on MySpace and once on another one called Match.com. And they both took me for a lot of money and a lot of time. And I am ashamed of that because I didn't catch the flags. But now I'm smarter, and I want to share this with you so you don't make the same mistakes that I did. You know, because it's a horrible, horrible feeling when you put your trust and your faith in someone, and all they really wanted to do was use you for money. So I hope you got something good out of this. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask, and I will try to answer them the best that I can.
I have one.
Okay, go ahead, Steve.
Intellis, how do you spell it? Does that cost money? Because you said you run emails through
yes,
that?
Yes, it does. Yes, it's like $4.95. But
$4.95 a month?
For a report. If you type someone's name, and you can go by first name, last name, address, cell phone, social security
or email
number.
addresses and stuff?
Or email address, yes. There's different things you can look for.
How are you spelling Intellis?
Let me search that. Hold on. It's kind of a funny spelling. Let me see. I-N-T-E-L-S. Hold on. I know there's a U in it.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it would be one L or two L.
I-N-T-E-L-I-U-S.
I-U-S. Okay.
Yeah.
What information do you get back from that? Like if you said you get a report on somebody.
If you put in someone's, let's just say, phone number, they'll tell you who the phone number belongs to, the address, the carrier. Let's just say it's a number you don't know. The phone number could have originated, they could have lived in another state and moved. Tell you the person's birth date. Then you can find out where
it's like public information kind of stuff.
It's like public information. Yes, and then if you pay a little more
to you, right? Yeah. You
can
find out great.
Yes. You can find out their criminal record, their divorce records. Do they have any warrants? So you can do quite a lot with this. In fact, a lot of employers use it as a background check.
Yeah.
And I definitely recommend that. I mean, it might be a little pricey, but the price you pay
protecting your butt
up front could protecting your butt down the road. And I found out the person I was with was incarcerated 3 times.
And you found out the hard way.
He told me 1 time.
Yeah.
Too late, yes.
Yeah. Well, that's good to know. Thanks.
Anyone else? Anybody else? We're hoping for some more here.
Yeah, my question. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I don't know. I mean, this is, of course, a subjective thing, but we have sort of the added question of how and when do you disclose the disability kind of thing. You know, that's the kind of dicey part of it.
Well, when I met this last one, I told him when we had our very first date, I'm very upfront about it. I don't say anything online until our very first date. But it was just me personal. And then I sat down and I said, this is my situation. Take it or leave it.
Yep. That's
how
I would do it.
Some people want to do it. They even have a dating site called Disabled Singles.
H-Friends? Have you heard of H-Friends? Is it disabled?
No. Yeah. There's another one called Disabled Singles. Same thing. But let me explain something to you. A lot of people on the disabled site are not disabled.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So you got to look at that factor. Okay? They may be thinking, oh, this person is disabled, so they're going to get money all the time. They get SSDI or whatever. So this person is always going to have money. Now, I'm not saying it's everybody, but when I see someone who's not disabled on a disabled site, That doesn't fly with me. Why?
How do you find out that they're not disabled?
Because they can put it on their profile.
Okay.
I'd like
They'll say what's your disability? None.
Oh.
And they
Then why are you here?
Problems saying that on a disabled site.
Yes, there'll be people that are non-disabled on a disabled site.
Alert. Yeah.
Joni, you
I mean, that's...
Maria, I'd like to ask you, are you totally blind, or are you partially sighted, or what?
I am partially sighted. I have about 30% of my vision left.
So
yes.
I think in a way, for us totals, I don't know, for me, it's really scary to go on a site like that. In fact, one time I was thinking about going to a site, and I did, and I think I got their phone number, and I called them, and they said, and I told them that I couldn't see, and they said, oh, that would be fine, and, you know, you can come to our meetups and this kind of thing. And then I asked a friend of mine, and he said, do you really, really want to do that? Do you think it would be wise? And I did start thinking about it, and I realized that it was not a good idea. And one of my sighted friends was going to take me. You know, she was going to drive me to the thing. And then I started thinking, and then I found out that they wanted money and this kind of thing. So I didn't do it. But it's very scary for me to even think of. In fact, when I was married, I met my ex-husband through the Voice-Bondance Club, which was a way a lot of blind people met their mates. And my ex-husband was sighted, and it was after we were married for several years that I realized that he was also a sociopath. So
yes, so
you have to be careful.
You understand what I'm talking about. So you have to be very, very, you definitely have to be careful. Now, there is a thing called meetup.com.
Who?
I don't know if you have to Meetup, MEETUP.com.
Yes, I'm very familiar with Meetup.
Yes, and I know they have a lot of like gatherings for singles and stuff like that, and that might be a good place to meet people, because they have I've seen a couple of vision impaired things and stuff like that. Unfortunately, I don't live close to any of them, so it's hard to get around.
Are they in usually? Are they out of a certain area of the country? Or?
They're usually in the cities. You know, it depends.
Okay.
You know, but if that's something you're interested, yes, because they do have groups. And that's sort of a safe environment, because there's someone who runs it. You know, and there's always people there. But
safety in numbers,
Safety in numbers. And that's what it is. Dating online and meeting them one-to-one is not safety by any means. You know,
couldn't you meet someone in public the first time, like at a Dunkin' Donuts or?
Yes, exactly. That's exactly how you meet somebody.
Rude.
Yes. Yeah. And basically, I tell someone, and I say my girlfriend. I said, "Here is my phone number. Here is his phone number. This is where I'm going to be. If you do not hear from me, you call me." So I always make sure you tell somebody where you're going, and give them the other person's information, like their license plate or something. So your safety, because you don't know who is out there.
Yep.
You know, you just do not know who is out there. Now, I did speak to another woman who was just the opposite of me, thought it was a wonderful thing. And that's fine. It's your own personal experience. But people are not all they've seen. I mean, basically a dating site is you're selling yourself. You're marketing yourself. You're giving a sales pitch about yourself. Okay? Telling them how great you really are when you probably really aren't that great. And I don't mean that in any bad way. Don't take that offensively. It wasn't meant to be offensive, but, and then they lie. A lot of these people are married. And when they say separated, stay away from someone who's separated because they're still legally married.
Yep.
That's a flag.
Mm-hmm.
Maria, there are Facebook groups. I don't know if you know about them. There's several. Blind singles, Christian singles, men and women, group for visually impaired singles to mingle, group for visually impaired singles ready to date. There are tons of them out there. As a matter of fact, most of them are run by the same person, a lady from Macedonia, Adriana Prokopenko.
Yes.
You ever heard of her?
Yes. I think she's the one she's the one we're in together, right?
Yeah.
Why is it the same person running all these groups?
Well, she runs a ton of groups at once. I don't know how she does it.
Well, she must make a lot of money doing it.
Yeah, she's got to have a motive. I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I'm wrong.
I think it's the money. Don't you guys?
I don't know. Do you get paid for running Facebook groups? I didn't know that.
Well, no, I don't know about that, but I mean...
I have no idea. She must be getting...
You pay for and get done on Facebook, because I'm finding that out with my book. It's like I can have my book really publicized if I have the money to pay for it. They'll have me all over the place. You know, so there is some of that, I think.
Yeah, there are places that will do a Facebook page for you for money.
Yep.
Any other questions for Maria?
Maria, it's Joe.
Yes.
So you actually suggest that if someone's going to meet up with someone that they tell a friend or a family member where they're going.
Oh, absolutely.
I have a story to share with you about computer dating. I know a couple that met online, and they brought their moms with them, and the mothers watched the two as they met. And they're now married.
Very good.
The couple's now, they've been married for 13 years.
My niece met her husband online, so it worked out very well.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying that it's a bad thing, but you really need to be able to put the time and the effort into it. You really do, and the money. If you're serious, that's it. I mean, you're just not going to meet the first person online and fall in love and get married. It's not going to happen. It's going to take time, and you're going to get your heart broken, and you're going to get frustrated, and you're going to be like, ugh. I mean, but that's life. If that's what you want, then by all means, just go for it. It hasn't, to me, exactly. That's what it is. You have to be a detective because you don't know who you're going to meet, whether they're disabled or not.
Right.
Okay, because disabled people can be just as bad as everybody else. And women are just as bad as men. You know, it's just something that we have become that type of society. People don't go out anymore to a club, into a gathering to meet. There's no more dances. There's no more anything anymore. And you see your 18, 19, 20, 21-year-olds on these sites. I'm like, why? Go out. Get a life.
Yeah.
You know? But it's easy. It's easy because it's really anonymous. That could be a fake picture. You don't even know if that's the right person you're looking at if you're sighted.
Yep.
So, you know, like I said, that's just your choice. You know, I don't condemn anybody from doing it. It's basically what we have now. It's the only way to get things done. So,
I'm reading
the choice is
more against it than for yourself. I mean, like you said, it's everyone's choice, but it's
everybody's choice.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, you have to decide, and you have to. There's I don't know if anybody, who of you do watch television? There's a thing called the ID channel. and they have a show called Web of Lies. I highly recommend it.
What channel?
Yeah.
Is that cable, though? Because I don't have cable right now.
Yeah.
Oh,
you can get it on.
I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm saying? Watch a lot of those shows.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of them will talk about they met this person online, or they filled an ad out for a job online. So it's just not the dating thing. It's everything in general, I think. You have to be really, really careful. It's everything. And you just don't know who you're going to meet.
You know? If there should be a fear or a cautious fear, then why is everybody continuously doing it?
Because that's the norm.
That's norm.
And they think
it
can happen to them. They think that.
Yeah.
So, it's happened to other people that they've been scammed and everything, but it can't happen to me. It won't happen to me. And I just want to say that this group that I was in, called Correspondence Club, a lot of blind people were in it, a lot of sighted people were in it, and a lot of couples met and married, and I was married for 10 years. So the beginning of my marriage and pretty much till I would say till we were married maybe 16 years or whatever it was good, and we had a son and everything. And I in many ways I'm glad that I got married and that I had my son, and correspondence was a good way to meet. But you know what? It was a different day then. We're talking about the 1960s, and things were a lot more innocent. And I just realized that he was a sociopath much later in our relationship. So it's sad because the sociopaths are good at what they do. Very, very good.
And once you get caught in that, it's very, very difficult to get out. And,
well, he left me for a friend of mine, so.
Oh. Well, you were lucky in one respect. I hate to say it, but you were lucky in one respect. You're lucky. So, I mean, I had to go through a lot to get rid of both of them. So you need to, you just got to be cautious. People just
really
think it's
do.
nothing.
And when you're young, you don't realize the things that can happen. But when I was young, I lived with my folks, and they met him, and he was wonderful to us, and they just loved him, and so did I, of course, and things worked out very well till the end.
Yeah.
But a lot of people.
It's a game of manipulation for them. They don't feel anything. They feel no remorse.
Right.
They don't care. Oh, and you've got to be very, very careful. And unfortunately, we are a social media age. Even Facebook, I'm on Facebook. It's okay. I mean, I'm not a big fan of it, but it keeps me in touch with a lot of my family. And Bob, I can see what's going on, and my friends, and some of the kids' friends, parents were friends. So I can see what goes on in the community. But other than that, it's like, no. I mean, I remember when they had the personal ads.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
When you filled out a personal ad. That's just as bad.
Yeah.
And now you have to deal with this whole transgender thing.
Oh,
is it really a male or a female? You don't know. You don't. They trick you. You just got to be careful on any kind of social media. I'm sorry.
Yep.
And if you're totally blind, I think you have to be really more careful because.
Oh, absolutely, yes.
They can convince you
they can take advantage of you, and he took advantage of me because I couldn't read.
Yeah.
I couldn't see things, so I didn't know what was going on.
Right.
Yep.
Well, mine did that too, actually.
So, And for me, it's a red flag. I do it just to see what is there. But like I said, you see the same people on this. In fact, this sociopath guy is still on every website. Every one.
So you think the same people ones are the sociopaths and all that if you see the same person over and over again, it's like probably...
If you see the same person over and over on every site, you really got to think, okay, why?
Yeah. Nobody
wants. Why are they... Why? Why are you on... Why do you need to be on 7 of them? For what reason? Right? Am I wrong?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, think about it.
I hear you.
Right?
I hear you.
And then the pictures they could post could be for 7 years
that
ago.
Doesn't help me so much. Yeah.
Or not even them. It could be fake because you can get a picture on anything like iStock. You can download a picture of a blonde. Say, hey, that's me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can put a picture of my sister on my Facebook as my picture, and then that would be kind of weird. But I mean, it happens. You don't know. You know.
You know, men pose as women, women pose as men.
It's not even a picture of them.
Yeah. So you don't really know. And I think for disabled people, we have to be extra cautious. You know? And then people say to me, well, why don't you date someone who's disabled? I said, okay, but that doesn't really help me.
That's not an answer.
You know, that's not an answer. I said, I want someone who can see, who can help me. I mean, I want a partner to be able to help me. You know, and I'm not saying I know a lot of blind people who are married and have children and they're happy, and that is wonderful. But for me, I have a little bit of that vision.
Yeah.
I'm still able to see enough, a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yep.
So, I mean, it's just a caution thing. That's all it is. The red flags. In fact, there was something on, was it NBC or CBS, 11 o'clock news. They were talking about a matchmaking service who took them for tons and tons of money. Something like lunch dates. I don't know if you ever remember lunch dates.
I've heard of that.
People for lunch.
I think I heard of that.
Oh, yeah.
Same thing. They're matchmakers. They want your money. All it is money, 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 money.
Yeah.
It's a racket.
Maria, what do you think of sites like eHarmony?
Same thing.
Money.
Same thing. Okay, think about it. You fill out that questionnaire, you could lie about everything.
Yeah.
Who's going to know?
Except the credit card number.
Yeah. That's it.
Right. Yeah.
They'll flag that.
But
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, you go through eHarmony and...
Maria, here's my question, though. If you want to go on a dating website of any kind, because of whatever you believe you're going to accomplish, why would you want to lie?
I don't know.
Because that's what people... Because... Think about it. If you tell the truth, let me tell you my story. The first time I filled out an eHarmony questionnaire, they found no matches for me. Because I was completely honest.
Yeah.
Okay? I went back and I lied. 100 matches.
Oh my God!
I don't want to play that game though.
I don't want
to think about it.
I am. In the hell with you.
So it pays to be more dramatic, you're saying?
Exactly.
So, like you said, marketing. You have to play the game. Right?
You have to play the game because if you put on the site, you know, the confrontation and do you debate and all this stuff. Well, yes, that's the type of person I am.
Mm-hmm.
If you bring a debate or a question to me, I'm going to say everything I want to say. They don't want to hear that. They want to say no. You know, we'll work to some sort of conclusion. You know, you have to lie. Because if you tell the truth, you're going to find them. And I laughed. I told everybody that. They were killing themselves laughing.
Well, they want you to be absolutely perfect in every way.
No.
They want you
to be perfect. I had a guy who was, how old was he, 67, I think? He said to me I wasn't pretty enough for him. And I said to him, well, when you get on the cover of GQ, call me. Yeah. He wanted to see my breasts. He wanted me to do things to myself.
Early on kind of thing? Was
yeah,
right
this is
away?
the first time. Right away.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, how old is
yeah,
you?
flag.
No offense. Okay, no offense to older people, but why are you doing this at your age? What do you think you're going to get, a supermodel? Even if you were 27 hot, you're still not going to get a supermodel. Mm-hmm. They don't exist.
Nope.
only on the screen, but yeah.
You know, I mean,
only in their dreams.
Yeah.
And only in their dreams. Are they? You know, they make what they want and what they're going to get. It's not reality. And the younger men want the older women because they think we're so.
So they want to be taken
wonderful.
care of? Is that it?
Because they want to be taken care of.
They want a mommy. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. They want a sugar mama. Like the younger girls want the sugar daddies. Yeah. You know? Well, my ex-husband met his wife on Match. And they're married. And when he told me he was getting married, I said, good luck with this one. I hope it lasts.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, but once again, same thing. He spent the time and he spent the money. I mean, if you have to pay that much money to meet somebody, something's wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and
money.
With someone on dishonesty, just you know.
Yeah.
How would you want to when you want to meet somebody? You want to be honest. You don't want it to start.
I thought it was the idea. Yeah.
Exactly.
That is the idea. That is the idea. But
you have a real relationship, yeah.
Yeah. Not a real relationship. A real relationship is what you see is what you get. You know. Well, you're going to look nice when you go out for the first couple of times, but I don't know. And if you're crazy, you're going to be crazy. You can't hide things like that. Eventually, like for instance, men will say, "Oh, my wife didn't do this for me. My wife didn't do this for me. She didn't do this for me." And the woman will say, "Well, my husband worked too much," and all that stuff. And I'm like, "Well, that's what life is about."
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're a mother that stays home with kids all day, you're exhausted. If a man runs a business, they have to work all the time. So there's all these excuses of why they're going online to find someone, or why they divorced or left their spouse. The point is that it's them. They're not happy.
Yeah.
And thus the dating sites for married people.
Yes. AshleyMedicine.com. Yep. It's okay to date. It's okay to cheat on your spouse. It's all anonymous. Well, not for those people who got caught.
But why would they do that if they were married?
Yeah.
They're not happy?
Because
they're not happy.
People want something, they want to meet somebody that they're going to be happy with, and they're not
for the
happy
same
with
reason that people do it offline.
And there's excitement involved.
Yeah.
When people
and that's what it is. It's excitement, and everything today is disposable, even a marriage. It's easy to get divorced. At one time, it wasn't for a person. Now it's easy for a woman to get divorced. You can get child support. You can get this. You can get that. So why be stuck? You know? Society is saying, go ahead.
Well,
go right ahead.
Society says in one breath, it's terrible when the politicians cheat on their spouses, but everybody else is. Well, how come it's all right for everybody else too, but it's not all right for the politicians?
Yeah, that's a good point.
If you think, remember when Bill Clinton had that big scandal with Monica Lewinsky, I think it was the French prime minister who said, what's the big deal? He was married and he had a girlfriend.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just,
you know, and with and don't.
You know, in society, we're so, you can't do this, you can't do this, you can't say Merry Christmas, can't say Happy Hanukkah, can't have a red cup, but it's okay to go on the site and cheat on your wife, knock yourself out.
Yeah. I know, huh?
So what's the message that we are sending to our children? It's okay.
Awful message.
Oh, we're all crazy and confused and bipolar.
Yes.
Confused and twisted children.
Yeah, right.
You know, You can't say Merry Christmas, but you can show your penis on the cell phone and send it to your girlfriend and it gets all over the place. I mean, that's acceptable?
Yeah, lovely work.
That's wrong.
It's wrong. It's wrong, and I blame society for it. My kids, no cell phone. Well, they have a basic one now, but it's an old-fashioned flip phone. That's it. No data, no camera, nothing. And I was against it for the longest time, but now they're getting older, and they're away from home more. So I need to be in touch with them in case something happens.
Exactly.
Yep.
Okay, but they don't have Facebook, they don't have Twitter, they don't have Instagram or what these stupid things are. It's nothing but trouble.
I have a basic flip phone, and it's just for calls.
I have that too. It tells the time. It does some things. I think it is a camera, but I don't know how to work it. So.
Yeah.
Well, I have a gal.
I have, but I don't have the extras. You know, I don't have text. I don't have Facebook or anything. Yeah. Just in case of an emergency.
Yeah.
So I mean, but that's our generation. Even my generation, my age, they're all sitting there on their computers, and then they wonder why their credit cards are getting compromised. Well, no wonder.
Yeah, and that's all they do. They're on there all day. So
all day.
Like my sister.
All day.
Yeah. She's a fanatic. I swear to God, she's worse than some of the young kids. She'll be watching TV and rewind the TV, the cable, because I missed that. Yeah, you're on Facebook. Like, can't you do one thing at a time? Oh, I multitask. Yeah. That's why you have to rerun the show 20 times, because you were doing something
right,
else.
because you multitask.
Yeah,
it's an addiction.
So good at it,
Another kind of addiction.
I set a timer, 15 minutes on the computer. If I don't get anything done, I'll do it again 15 minutes another time.
Yeah.
But I will not sit there for hours on end.
No, me neither.
And people do.
I'll admit I do. When I do my writing, when I'm looking up something on the internet or something like that.
Yeah, but you're doing
that's a little different.
I don't do it every day.
It's a lot different. You're not.
Right.
Doing.
You're doing research, Karen. That's different.
Right. Or getting a phone number.
Writing is producing something. You're actually doing something that.
Well, sometimes I'm not. Sometimes I was looking up things on the MBTA today, looking up the new schedule.
Well, you're doing research.
That's
still
a good
information.
Research. That's benefiting you.
Yeah.
I mean, so now on, no one has a phone book. You just look online and find the phone number. You can print the forms that you need. But that's different than sitting there.
That's different than just sitting there playing on the computer.
I'm sitting there saying, I got up this morning to scratch an itch.
My nieces and nephews, I'm feeling happy. I'm feeling depressed. It's like, what is this, a counseling? Do you want to pay me to read these posts? It's like, this is getting minutia. It's like, who needs this?
Yeah.
I don't go on.
Like, really? Well, tonight there was,
Yeah.
That's like I'm going to meet you in town. Well, I'm going to meet you in town, so you're going to leave me an email to tell me where you're going to meet me.
That's fine.
That's important, but other stuff, forget about it.
Like, for instance, tonight they had a meeting for my kids going to D.C. So my girlfriend, just through Facebook, sent me all the information that I need to know.
Yeah, that's
right.
And that's all I need. And that's like I check all the kids' grades and everything are online. All their report cards, so I could go online and check their grades or what's coming up and all that stuff. So I mean, the computer.
By the way,
they are 13 and 14.
Oh.
So they're young still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm very fortunate. I'm very fortunate that they're not very social kids. You know what I mean? They're not kids that will get in trouble. They read. They actually read books still.
Actually, what?
That's
they read. They read. They're smart. When I go out I'm usually out with one of their friends and their parents. We do things with the kids, Or on a Friday night, we'll sit down and watch TV.
I like the old days.
So they stay in the
old days.
Yeah.
You know?
It could be an organization called Parents Without Partners. And I think that disappeared, but I think in the...
No, they still have those. They still have single-parent dating sites. Yes, they do.
I've heard those, yeah.
I never went to any of the things, but...
They do.
Some people like them.
You know, they even have, like, I have MS, and they have a lot of MS websites, too.
Yeah.
But I don't want to date someone with MS. I have it. Why do I want to date someone with it? I mean, I can't take care of myself. I can't take care of anybody else with it. So...
You don't want to double whammy.
That's it. For me, they're just social sites to see what's going on, what's the new medicine going on, and stuff like that. I mean, those are a good way to grieve and stuff like that. But other than that, you know, so even those sites you got to be careful because you just don't know. You just don't. You know. Do I recommend any?
That was my question.
I don't know. Web dating site? No, because they're all. I don't think any of them are worth it.
Sticks out for you out there that you would recommend.
You might want to try Our Time. If you're older, yes, because there's what 50, 60s, 70s on there, and they might be more, you know, old-fashioned.
Yeah. Well, I've heard of a couple of new dating sites in this program. I sometimes listen to Coast, paranormal dating. People are interested in psychic stuff or conspiracy dating or whatever. People interested in that kind of stuff. I guess you have to spend some money to get on it. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
then once again, you don't really know that person. They could just be saying this. They could be just typing all this stuff. Well, okay, wait a second. Let me look this up. Yeah. This is what they're talking about. Let me look this up. So, I mean, you've got to really think about it. What do you really want? Number one. What is it going to take for me to get it? Mm-hmm. Do I want to spend, you know, all day getting emails from people and new people in your area and getting emails every 10 minutes that say, oh, so-and-so is online. Sign up today and you can save $50 on your membership. It's like, ugh. You want to fill out a questionnaire?
Oh, God, no.
No.
Mm-mm.
I mean,
coffee it's like, really?
So you're just paying them to have you on an email list, it sounds like to me. And they're sending
They do. That's exactly what it is, yes. And then, but guess what? While you're on one dating site, they'll advertise other dating sites.
Oh yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Sure. They'll say your name.
Or they'll, and then on the corner, they'll have ones, you know, millionaire men looking for women. Or BBW women looking for this. So, but, I mean, or they'll show up a girl in the corner, click on me for a date. And then you'll get emails. You'll get emails from strangers that say, I saw your profile. I'm like, where?
I get those already, and I haven't signed up for dating sites. I don't get a lot of them, but I've gotten them. It's like Russian brides. It's like, I never signed up for Russian brides. I couldn't afford it if I wanted it.
Yeah. What do you want?
You know, so you gotta, it's everywhere you turn.
Steve's gonna get a real bride.
Yeah. Where did these places come from?
You know, but that's what it is. You know, I get, you know, to say enlarge your penis. I'm like, great, I don't have one. Thank you, but I don't have one, you know.
You know? Yeah, it's like, wow.
I mean, my name is Mary. Where in that name, Mary?
Well, nowadays you can't tell names anymore.
No, exactly.
Is that a guy's name now?
You know, some of them are, but the point I'm saying is it's everywhere you turn. Everywhere you turn. There's some sort of thing, meet people, date. This is how you do it. Don't sit home. You can sit home on your television in your pajamas and date. Why would I want to do that? No.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No. It's ridiculous. No, some people might be thinking of me and saying, well, the hell with you. You don't even, you know. You're too negative. Well, it's an experience I've had.
Better to be negative and be safe than sorry.
True. That's true.
You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So you've got to be just yourself.
You're trying to protect yourself is what you're doing. Is you're protecting
yourself.
Plus the fact where you have 2 kids, you've got to protect the kids too.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah, that's a big.
You know, I mean, you have to. You know, and the date women with kids.
Not usually, no.
No. So then there's that double whammy.
So you could lie and say you don't have kids, and then they meet you and you do. So it's like, you know, you can't lie that much.
No.
Yeah.
No, when you have kids,
but why?
it's better to be upfront about it.
Well, I would say that anyway. Be upfront.
Than to lie and say, "Oh, I don't have any children."
That's
because then if you go out on a date and you have to come home because you've got a babysitter, then you have to figure out another lie.
Yeah, why bother?
Exactly.
Just dig a hole deeper and deeper.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. It's lie, and then what happens? It's lie after lie after lie after lie after lie after lie.
Keep the lie illusion going. You have to keep lying, so make it,
You know.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Well, that's why you like to forget. Yeah.
Sorry. After my
Go ahead.
I decided that I wasn't going to date. I would go out occasionally, but it was when my son was at someone else's house. But I felt that my first obligation was that I wanted to bring him up right. And I just didn't. I was not in. I really didn't want to date. My ex had left me, and I really didn't know how or if I would ever meet anybody else. And when my son got a little bit older, then I started seeing people a little bit. But I think, your children are the most important thing when you have them.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And that was this last
pleasure. Go ahead.
Okay. No, I was just saying this last one, that sociopath, was the first time anybody has ever met my children.
Oh boy.
Yeah. And that was it.
Yep.
And now I vowed just to stay single. It's easier. It's less trauma.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Maria, it was a real pleasure having you on the show again.
Well, thank you for having me.
Letting us know you're welcome. Letting us know your thoughts on online dating, and we appreciate your insight very much. Thanks again for being on Branco Broadcast.
Oh, we could talk
Thank
to you
you
for hours.
I know, we could. It's a fascinating topic. It really is.
Take care.
Okay, bye-bye.